How do you get started in pixel art? Hey guys, my name is Andrew. I got started in pixel art when I was 10 or 11 years old. I worked on it for about a decade, doing a whole bunch of little projects, and then I stopped. Went to college, got a job, and it's been a very long time since I've been in the game. But now I'm back. I want to share everything that I've learned with you guys. So I'm going to break it down into a bunch of different stuff, right? We're going to say 6 stuffs. We'll start at philosophical, we'll get a little more in-depth as we go. The last one is going to be something that I wish that I had 20 years ago when I was getting started in pixel art. It's something that I really needed back then, and I want to share with you guys how you can do it now. Stuff number 1. Pixel art is more than old-timey video game graphics. And it's also not like modern video game graphics either. So when I was a kid, I was working on a Mega Man comic series. These comics were called Invasion of the Mets. Mets are the names of the little bad guys. They wear like a little hard hat. And I would take these stories to school, show them off in class, pass them around to my friends and that sort of thing. It was a whole lot of fun to do this. So for me, pixel art wasn't just video games. It wasn't just artwork itself. It was comics. The point is, pixel art can be whatever you want it to be. Now, how do you actually do it? Stuff number 2, get some software. Most people out there use Sprite. It's a really famous one. Some people just use Photoshop. That's fine too. But also GIMP is free and it's probably fine. I've drawn with it before. Personally, I wanted to be able to use my iPad. The past few years I've been drawing just, like for fun, using my iPad in Procreate, and I wanted to be able to replicate that. So I did find that there is an app called Pixaki, and that's what I use. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag this is my first long form video, so like nobody's sponsoring this. Hi, I'm new. But the thing that I like about Pixaki is it's basically just Procreate. So I'm able to use my Apple Pencil, I'm able to draw. Stuff number 3, Recolor. My favorite characters in my old Invasion of the Mets comics were Flood and Scorch, right? So it was a blue Met and a red Met. And they had this like mental brain link thing going on. It was funny. Just even with those recolors, you can further recolor to try and tell your story. So want to make them cops for a while? Recolor the little cross thing on their heads. And now I feel like should I not do that? I don't, is that a thing? But recolor that little cross on their head, and now it's a badge. I want to put one under mind control, recolor their eyes. I want to have Flood shoot Scorch with water on accident, and like it's his weakness, and now you want to visually represent that Scorch can't shoot fire anymore? Make him pink. There's all kind of stuff that you can do just within the colors itself. So play around with colors. I guess the next natural question is like, where do you even get sprites? Well, Google is your friend, but also the Spriters resource. They have just so many sprites already uploaded by good folks. I assume. I've never met these people, but they do good things. Obviously, you can't sell anything that you're getting from there. This is for learning purposes. If you get into the 16-bit graphics, the Super Nintendo style graphics, that's where you're really gonna learn how shading works. How does a game company make a metal item look shiny? How do they make fabric look like fabric? The most important thing that you can do is zoom in and color it one dot at a time so that you can see and start to understand the patterns. And as you recolor, then your hands get more used to it and you understand a little bit more of what makes each of these things work. So once you've recolored, are you ready to just get out there and do your own thing? Maybe, I don't know in your life, but I've got something else I would recommend before we get to that. Stuff number 4, damn it. Stuff number 4, Sprite edits. That's right, my advice is not to start something new just yet. I think it's a great idea to just take something that already exists and make it into something new. In Invasion of the Mets, I took a Met, I recolored him to purple, I stretched his helmet out, added some ice, and boom, popsicle Met. This one had a cool helmet design. This one was a devil. This one was a tomato. It's your own little world. You can do whatever you want. And it's also good to just start grabbing characters and mash them together. You can make new poses this way, like Mega Man standing, Mega Man jumping. Bam, bam, take them together, now he's excited. If you're trying to build like a brand new character, back in the day, we used to call this Frankensteining. I don't know if that's a technical term that anyone uses anymore or anything like that, or if it even was a thing back then. But Frankensteining is you take the characters and you put the parts together to just build something completely new, and usually you would recolor while you're at that. That's how I made these two crazy characters, Jet and Mo. It's actually a pretty easy Frankenstein. But then I also made this genie, and he is a Frankenstein of a character called Toadman with Mega Man's head, and then a few minor edits and recolors. And look at that, he's somebody totally different. Stuff number 5, characters from Scratch. I don't know why, but when I was growing up, Scratch characters were just horrifying to me, right? I didn't know how to make a new character from nothing, even though I drew, you know, like on paper and stuff all the time. But the idea of making a new sprite was like really intimidating. I looked through all of my old stuff. I found this alien guy that I made. He was from Scratch, but almost every character that I did was editing. So as much as I think you should recolor and do Frankensteins, do not get stuck there. Make some guys from scratch after you've kind of gotten the hang of it. So what I've been trying to do lately is try and build a whole bunch of different characters in specific game styles just to learn the proportions and how they work. I'm not even finished with the project that I've been doing, which is actually going through and just trying to build the characters like one body part at a time. So head, body, arms. That's as far as I've gotten because it's a lot of characters that I'm working through. What you're gonna wanna look at is specifically what defines that style and try to match it to the best of your abilities. Do the characters have outlines? Does that outline go completely around the character? Is it solid black? These are the sort of questions you need to be examining and trying your best to replicate. Now, once you think you've kind of gotten the hang of that, or maybe you're not getting the hang of it and you just wanna, something's not clicking for you and you just wish you could draw. That's the next stuff. Stuff number 6, draw, even if you can't. So back in the old days, if you wanted to be able to trace your drawing, you'd have to size it down to the size of your sprite. By the time you did that, it was such a garbled little jumbled mess, you couldn't see anything, and it was a completely pointless thing to do. I'm sure some people were really good at it back in the day. But for me, I couldn't do it. But now you import as a reference photo and you can resize in most of these apps. You can resize it, and then you've got like a really good quality image that you can then trace. Even just having sketched out garbage that you can then import and put in a reference photo can be such a good mental guide to tell you what position your character should take and what it should look like. Like this drawing that I did of a frog that's got little bunny ears and he's hopping. This sketch is trash, and I was able to use that though as a general guide work. Let me know in the comments if you're thinking about getting started in pixel art, or if you're just, I don't know how you end up here if you're not, but let me know how you ended up here, and make sure that you hit that little subscribe button. I'm new, so that would be great if you could do that, and then, get this in front of some other folks, and just follow along for more pixel practice. Shit, I keep hitting my microphone. I'm so good at being a new YouTuber. Yeah.